Hello everyone and welcome to this video dedicated to Nikki Haley and the accusations that she is not sufficiently anti-abortion. Nikki Haley is an American political figure who served as the United States ambassador to the United Nations under the administration of Donald Trump. Recently, her comments during a debate have sparked criticism and raised questions about her stance on the issue of abortion. Abortion is a highly controversial and politically charged topic in the United States and many countries. It raises complex questions related to health, women's rights, and morality. In this context, it is essential to understand the positions of political figures on this crucial issue. In the first part of this video, we will examine in detail Nikki Haley's comments during the debate that have sparked criticism. We will analyze the reasons why these comments have been controversial and explore the accusations that she is not sufficiently anti-abortion. In the second part, we will address the reactions and criticisms from different groups and individuals. We will examine the arguments put forth by those who believe that Nikki Haley is not anti-abortion enough, as well as the arguments in her favor. The third part will be devoted to Nikki Haley's actual position on abortion. We will examine her past and current stance on the issue, as well as the measures she has taken to support anti-abortion policies. We will highlight her commitment to the pro-life movement. Finally, in the last part, we will discuss the importance of the abortion debate in politics. We will address the societal and political impact of this issue and reflect on how politicians can approach this debate in a respectful and constructive manner. We hope that this video will provide you with a deeper understanding of Nikki Haley's stance on abortion and encourage you to engage in thoughtful and respectful debate. Stay with us to discover all the details in the upcoming parts. During a recent debate, Nikki Haley made comments that sparked criticism and raised questions about her stance on the issue of abortion. It's important to recap these comments to better understand the context of the controversy. First, Nikki Haley stated, "I am personally against abortion, but I respect women's right to make their own decisions." These remarks have been interpreted in different ways and have been at the center of a heated controversy. The first reason these comments were controversial is that some feel they are ambiguous and do not reflect a clear stance on abortion. By stating, "I am personally against abortion," Nikki Haley seems to indicate reservations about the practice, but by adding that she respects women's right to make their own decisions, she also seems to support individual choice. Some critics argue that these comments indicate an attempt to appease different stakeholders and to avoid taking a clear position on the issue. They argue that this could be seen as an attempt to please both anti-abortion conservatives and supporters of abortion rights. However, it's important to note that this interpretation is disputed by those who believe Nikki Haley's comments are consistent with a pro-life stance. They argue that being personally against abortion signals a personal conviction, while respecting women's right to make their own decisions aligns with a broader approach of respecting individual liberties. It's also crucial to consider the political context in which these comments were made. Nikki Haley is a political figure who has actively supported anti-abortion policies in the past and worked to restrict access to abortion during her tenure as governor of South Carolina. Thus, the accusations that Nikki Haley may not be sufficiently anti-abortion can be refuted based on her political background and past actions. Her comments in the debate can be interpreted as an attempt to strike a balance between her personal beliefs and respect for individual rights. In conclusion, Nikki Haley's comments during the debate have sparked criticism and have been interpreted in different ways. While some believe they do not reflect a clear position on abortion, others argue they are consistent with a pro-life stance. It's important to examine these comments in the broader context of her political background and past actions in favor of anti-abortion policies to refute accusations that she may not be sufficiently anti-abortion. First and foremost, the reactions and criticisms regarding Nikki Haley have come from various groups and figures. Pro-choice organizations and individuals have criticized her, stating that she is not sufficiently anti-abortion. These critics have pointed to her past statements defending women's right to make decisions about their own bodies, which has been seen as too moderate by some conservative groups. On the other hand, conservative and pro-life voices have also expressed reservations about her stance on the issue of abortion, believing that she is not firm enough in her opposition to the practice. Regarding the arguments of those who believe that Nikki Haley is not sufficiently anti-abortion, certain positions can be observed. Some critics highlight her statements about the need to respect women's right to make decisions about their own bodies, asserting that these statements are not aligned with a firmly anti-abortion position. Additionally, some raise concerns about her overall political posture, perceiving it as more moderate on key social issues, thus calling into question her stance on abortion. On the other hand, in support of Nikki Haley and her position on abortion, some argue in favor of her ability to balance conservative values with a more nuanced approach to societal issues. They emphasize her support for family-friendly policies and motherhood, while also acknowledging the need to respect women's right to make decisions about their own bodies. Furthermore, her supporters highlight her experience as a woman in the political arena, asserting that she brings a unique perspective on the issue of abortion and women's rights. It is important to acknowledge that these reactions and criticisms reflect the complexity of political positions, particularly on such polarizing issues as abortion. The diversity of opinions expressed underscores the importance of considering multiple perspectives in the public debate. Ultimately, the question of whether Nikki Haley is sufficiently anti-abortion or not is subject to a wide variety of viewpoints, each rooted in distinct convictions and values. The reactions and criticisms surrounding her position on abortion illustrate the richness and diversity of opinions within the contemporary political landscape. To understand Nikki Haley's real position on the issue of abortion, it is important to examine both her past and current actions. Despite the criticisms that have been directed at her, Nikki Haley has demonstrated a commitment to the pro-life movement. In the past, while serving as the governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley actively supported measures to restrict access to abortion. She signed a law banning abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy, except in cases of life-threatening danger to the mother or severe medical issues. This law was considered one of the most restrictive in the country at the time, reflecting her willingness to act in line with pro-life convictions. Additionally, Nikki Haley also supported the defunding of public financing for clinics that perform abortions, including Planned Parenthood. She argued that taxpayer money should not be used to support a practice that she considers contrary to her values. In her role as the United States ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley continued to advocate for anti-abortion policies. She expressed opposition to efforts promoting the right to abortion at the international level and advocated for respecting national sovereignty in making decisions regarding abortion. It is important to highlight that Nikki Haley has consistently asserted her personal convictions against abortion. However, she has also recognized the need to respect individual rights and decisions made by women regarding their reproductive health. This nuanced position reflects her willingness to find a balance between her personal convictions and the respect for individual rights. In conclusion, Nikki Haley's real position on abortion is evidenced by her commitment to the pro-life movement. Her past actions as the governor of South Carolina, her support for restrictive measures, and her opposition to public funding for abortion clinics demonstrate her dedication to anti-abortion policies. While she also acknowledges the right of women to make their own decisions regarding reproductive health, she has clearly expressed her personal convictions against abortion. The debate on abortion is undoubtedly one of the most controversial and delicate issues in the political arena. Its societal and political significance cannot be underestimated, as it raises fundamental questions regarding women's rights, morality, religion, and the role of the state in private life. This issue has a profound societal impact, as it touches upon both women's reproductive health and rights, as well as the values and beliefs of society as a whole. Divergent positions on abortion reflect different perspectives on morality, individual freedom, and the role of the state. It is crucial to recognize that this debate is complex and evokes intense emotions. In the political sphere, politicians play a central role in this debate. They are often called upon to make policy decisions that can directly impact access to abortion and women's rights. Some politicians actively advocate for abortion rights as an essential component of reproductive rights and women's autonomy. Other politicians firmly oppose abortion for moral or religious reasons and seek to restrict its access or even ban it. It is important to note that this debate concerns not only women but also the entire society. Divergent opinions on this issue are deeply rooted and reflect different values and beliefs. In a political context, it is essential to respect these differing opinions while seeking common ground solutions. It is also crucial to recognize that policy decisions concerning abortion have real consequences for women's lives. Access to safe and legal abortion services is essential to protect women's health and rights. Politicians therefore have a duty to make informed decisions based on scientific and medical evidence, while considering social and economic realities. Overall, The debate on abortion occupies a central place in politics due to its societal and political impact. Divergent positions on this issue reflect deep-seated values and beliefs, making this debate complex and emotionally charged. In this context, it is essential for politicians to respect differing opinions while seeking common solutions that guarantee women's rights and reproductive health. In this video, we explored the importance of the abortion debate in the political arena. We discussed its societal and political impact, the divergent positions of politicians, and the importance of respecting differing opinions while seeking common ground solutions. It is crucial to understand that the abortion debate is complex and emotionally charged. It raises fundamental questions about women's rights, morality, and the role of the state. Divergent positions reflect different perspectives on individual freedom, morality, and religious beliefs. Regarding Nikki Haley, it is important to adopt a nuanced understanding of her stance on abortion. Politicians can evolve in their opinions over time, and it is essential to consider the context and motivations behind their positions. It is also important to examine their commitment to respecting women's rights and reproductive health. To continue this debate, it is essential to adopt a respectful and constructive approach. Divergent opinions can coexist while maintaining open dialogue and carefully listening to each other's arguments. Mutual respect and the pursuit of common solutions are essential for progress in this complex debate. In conclusion, the abortion debate in politics holds significant societal and political importance. It requires a nuanced understanding of politicians' positions, as well as respectful and constructive dialogue. Let's continue discussing this critical issue while seeking solutions that respect women's rights and ensure their reproductive health. Thank you for your attention and consideration.